Okay, our turning ability isn't that great yet. So, I'm going to turn thrusters or thruster braking off, and we are going to launch ourselves to Empyrion. We should be able to do it. Should have plenty of pentaxid. And here we go. Commander, I'm tracking a lot of communication signals coming from the orbit of the Arab planet in this system. It is called Omicron. Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to Let's Play Empyrion Contact Point Alpha Start. I am 7foot Dust Bunny, and I've never noticed that you float very slightly above the floor. But there you go. Anywho, today we are back at base. The white star is right there. And we are packing up. We've basically got rid of the Zuraxian scumbags, so we have no base attacks due, which is excellent. So I have turned off the shield. I will keep the oxygen on. I will probably turn off the lights, and I will hope that in time this will be enough for batteries and everything to mostly sustain us. And I will leave some fuel here as well, but hopefully, yeah, this will be almost self-sustaining, I hope. And in the meantime, while I've just been preparing to leave, I've basically deconstructed everything from the previous bases, and this is what we've got. So all of that I'm going to chuck into the White Star's input goods. And also we have one other thing just to show you. While I was at the drone base packing up, basically all of the drone base that was above ground I sort of scythed off and just dropped and picked up. So if we go to, where is it, here, all of this is the materials that I got from doing that, along with one loot chest I found. So all of that is going to go in here as well, though really all should be staying in this one. But all of that is going to go into the input goods as well, and that's going to give us a whole bunch of extra Sathium plate and things like that. We should probably put this in meds, and put this in blocks, and put this in fuel. And there we go. So I've turned the lights off so the plants won't actually grow anymore, but that's not a big deal because we're not going to be here. So the main thing I will have to worry about in the short term will be food, just purely because the White Star is not sealed yet, and therefore we don't actually have a sealed place for food to grow. But I don't think that's going to be a big problem. Oh, also I did some texture painting. I don't think that's going to be a big problem. We've got basic food to survive. We've got cash as well, and I strongly suspect that we're not going to see the White Star for a while once we get to the starter planet, because we have to go down onto the starter planet. And if I remember correctly, I'm not sure we can take the White Star with us. I swear that this ship changes its mind on the texturing every so often. Right. So essentially we are ready to go. I'm going to grab another swig of air before we head on our way. Now, how much pentaxid do we actually have in our tank? Probably enough, maybe. We might have to get some more, because we're going to have to turn the shield back on for one. Basically everything has been off for the time being, but that's not going to remain the case. So we need to actually head off and we are going to be leaving this planet, even though I've left the door open. Oh look, I ruined my little side shot. There we go. Oh no, no, we're tipping forwards. Okay, let's just drive properly. And did I turn the shield off again somehow? Come on, into space we go. Now hopefully, I don't believe there's too many Zeraxian scumbags here. Now we could, of course, go back to Contact Point Alpha and actually get parts and things from other ships. But again, I'm not really sure we need to do that. We're quite maneuverable as we are, and we seem to be alright. So the main thing we need to work out is where we are going. Now, obviously, this start was a experienced person's start. So they're going to assume, I guess, that you know that you need to go here. And I mean, they've marked it here on the map anyway. The Elion system. So Elion is where we need to go. Now if we set that a target, that is a sensible distance, surprisingly. So we should be able to make that jump straight out. Okay, our turning ability isn't that great yet. So I'm going to turn thrusters or thruster braking off, and we are going to launch ourselves to Elion. We should be able to do it. Should have plenty of pentaxid. And here we go. Commander, I'm tracking a lot of communication signals coming from the orbit of the Arab planet in this system. It is called Omicron. We should look around it carefully and see if we can find any clues as to the whereabouts of Operation Phoenix. So this is basically hints to where we should be starting the game proper. Now, if I remember rightly, let's what's going on here? I noticed this has a warning exclamation mark here, so there might be some Zeraxian scumbags there. My temptation is to actually pick up some pentaxid first, but I'm just going to see what's around this planet. In space, not a lot. I mean, we should be able to make a few jumps before we actually have issues. So, for example, here there's pentaxid, if we need to get it. Here it says, general broadcast call, all transportations from planet Omicron without proper specialized permission is suspended until further notice, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so basically this is telling us that we must visit the station at Omicron. Here there's no text at all, and we don't seem to have any pentaxid there, but we will definitely need to be picking up some pentaxid when we pop by a place that has some. I mean, here they have a restroom and pentaxid, so we'll definitely be going here at some point. And I think we end up going here as part of the quest, or is it Sienna? Maybe it's Sienna, but still I'm sure we can pick up some of the relative bits. So here is actually where you would start normally, Akua being the standard start, Ningas, Skiron and Masperon, but we're going to go straight to Omicron. There's a large orbital control station in this sector. Could possibly hack into a console to find out if Operation Phoenix Fleet was there. If you agree with my idea, please activate the Operation Phoenix mission in your PDA. So this is basically telling us to go and do that. So solar missions, you want, I'm guessing it's this one, Operation Lost and Found. So this is the one we want to start, and it did actually say start next to it. So you're stranded in this galaxy. There is no sign of the Operation Phoenix fleet, but you and Ida, your suit AI, have a plan to see if you can find them, basically. So we're going to head over to the station. Okay, we've discovered a new POI, which is the Omicron station. Receiving information from the station computer about energetic turbulence in the system. It is not possible to land on the planet, and the station's regeneration system is compromised. Wonderful. So we will use O to level ourselves out. And oh god, we pressed the wrong button. Get it together. Sorry, I'm receiving information from the station's computer. Yeah, we could use this, use the registration, blah blah blah. So anyway, we're gonna park up here. I'll do. And then I'm gonna get out to sea. And the first thing I'm gonna do is, as you may have noticed on the map, we should be pretty safe from... I didn't see any Zirax in system at all as we came in. So I am going to suggest there is no Zirax, and I'm going to turn our shield off and turn our thrusters off and turn all of this off to extend our power, which gives us 11 or so hours. Now, fuel wise, I'm going to top the system up with fuel. Going to top myself up with oxygen. I will try and see if I can repair my suit while I'm on the ship. We've got a reasonable amount of ammo on us. We're fairly well equipped in general. However, there is one thing I want to do. Now, I'm pretty sure we are not allowed to go down to the planet with this ship, the CV, or even the short hop. And let's be honest, the short hop's a little worse for wear, but that's not the end of the world. Because here's the plan. The short hop itself may be a little worse for wear, but it could get replaced. I mean, some of these thrusters obviously going to be a bit heavy. All of this bit heavy to take, but we can take a bunch of it. So the plan is basically going to be to load up with what we can take. Again, not crazy amounts of oxygen because it's a breathable atmosphere down there. So we don't need a bunch of that. Let's take this one out. Let's get rid of a bunch of those. Don't need these rockets. Don't need those. Don't need those plasmas. Not going to need that oxygen or that purified water. We'll need the food. So the plan's going to be, I'm going to take what I can out of this short hop and use it and take it with me. So for example, let's take this out. Let's make sure I got it set on the right setting. Shield generator we're probably not going to be able to do, but we can probably, for example, take the T3 extenders. I reckon we can afford to carry those, and possibly some generators. And although we've just wasted some fuel, let's withdraw a bunch of that fuel a second. Yoink. And some fuel tanks. Yeah, don't think the shield's going to be doable. Depends how much we can carry. So, for example, those I can put in, those I can put in, and that way I can only carry one of those. I will reduce the number of bullets here. No, that's not really worth it. I do need to take some fuel with me, whether I like it or not. What do I need to get rid of? Let's have those bullets. Yeah, probably that will do it. So I doubt I can take the shield generator because that's probably going to be too heavy. I mean, I can lift it out for now and see. And I've just wasted a bunch of pentaxid, I've just realised. That was foolish. And I don't think I can carry this now, you see. And even if I do that, I still can't carry it. So that was a bunch of pentaxid wasted for nothing, but so be it. Anything else? No. So let's take those. I don't think we can carry things like lasers or rockets, neither can we make the rounds. So what my plan is, as you might be able to guess, I have a plan to use these parts. We'll grab this, and the next thing we want to do is go into the factory, and I am going to build another one. And there we go, we can start production already. And the main point of this being is that this means that when we get down to the planet, well, a while after we get down to the planet, because it's going to take 19 minutes or so, we're going to be able to have a short hop. But for starters, let's go in the base and see what's going on. Is it the fact there's a rock in the middle of the frickin' base that's causing a problem? I'm quite sure what's going on. Sounded like stuff was exploding. Anyway, somewhere here, yeah, here. Let's turn the old jetpack off so we can actually cope. We should be able to go here. And there's things like medical supplies, the usual. So we can get offers and stuff. We might pick up some bandages actually. Why not? Let's pick up 25 bandages. Sweet. And then now we need to find here. So teleporters. This is the teleporter down to the planet, if I remember rightly. So we need to go to the registration console, which is further up. And there's an arrow here as well. Talk to Tharkon. Okay. Connection could not be established. Please try again later. Marvellous. That was helpful. Anyone here? Nope. And we can go in this way. Okie dokie. Let's go up. And hopefully, please don't shoot me. It might feel like I'm trespassing at the moment. I feel like my frame rate sucks as well. Strange. Okay. Registration console is up there, but it's above me. Oh, I can go up here. Haha. Didn't see. Okay, registration console is here. Hi guys. You're a commander, but not that kind of commander who's going to kick my ass, so drones are everywhere. Okay, right, let's try this one. Let's talk to the station console. Hello, 7 for Dust Bunny. I am ASR31, Automated Service Receptionist. Welcome to Omicron Control Station. How may I serve you? I am a traveler. Attention, traveler. The planet is under general administration of the Deep Space Exploration, Surveillance and Colony Organization, or DESC. According to Galactic Resolution blah blah blah, all landing permissions on this planet have been suspended until further notice, except for military or designated scientific personnel of parties involved. All non-military employees have now gained access to the main lobby, the cafeteria, and all reception areas of the station. Have a pleasant stay. Okay. I'm in, Commander. There are no current records about our fleet at my current access level. However, wait, there is a discussion on the public network about a relatively new alien wreck with an illegible inscription down on the planet. Also, there is mention of a battle in which it was shot down. But that took place a year ago. Unless the data reference in the console is wrong, or I can't assign it correctly. We should find our way down to the planet and look into it. At last, a lead! Aha! How about a quick visit to the cafeteria, IDA? Maybe we can get something useful. Maybe we can. So, if we head our way back down, we might be able to get ourselves something to eat, which we didn't bring. We brought a couple of bits of food with us, but we may as well pick up something if there is actually a cafeteria here. MA Corp, what do you sell? You sell like Promethium charges and stuff like that. Anything particularly useful? Not vastly. Okay. Oh, you know what I haven't brought with me, which I will almost certainly need. And where would that be in my goods? Did I bring it or did I leave it on the other planet? My epic drill. I'm already at 707. Oh, in bollocks. That's annoying. Okay. What if we take some of this off? How much space does an epic drill take? Okay, so after speaking to the shopkeeper over there, I bought some charges for the epic drill, and I remembered there was one other thing I wanted to grab from the short hop for the ship when I spawn it in, and that is the mobile constructor. We'll just go down to one each of those because I had to make space in my inventory and we're rather limited. I couldn't find Kessel to start off with, but that's because it turns out, after looking around a bit, Kessel was on the bottom floor. So if you go right down to the bottom, there is a cafe down here, and when I first popped my head down, Kessel said, "Hey you, over here. If you want to know anything, come talk to me." So this is Kessel. It says, "Ah, nice to see a new face on this outpost of boredom. Oh wait, have we already met? Your face seems familiar to me." Have I been hearing that a lot lately? I don't think I have. I've just been shot at, you know. "Here's a fine brew. You should try a top root beer. It's gotten pretty costly over the last few weeks. Pirates and Zurax, pfft. So, what do you know?" How do I get down to the planet? Preferably unseen. Without a military permission card, you won't, but we may be able to help each other. It seems you're searching for a way down there, and I'm looking for a way to get my stuff off the surface. I organized a code, but I don't know if it works. If it does, you owe me. If it doesn't, the alarm goes off and you get locked up. And I don't know you. Your risk. Otherwise, your only option is an atmospheric, high-altitude, jet-assisted jump in your suit to jump down to the planet. Watch out for that first step, it's a doozy. Okay, we'll give it a go. So, very nice. The code is 8484, use the red access teleporter in the main hall. When you manage to get down to the planet, you're automatically legitimized. But you don't want too much attention. Radio signals go through the barrier in both directions. I'll contact you once I've heard you've made it down to the planet. I have a few preparations to make in the meantime. And why is the planet blocked? Some kind of energetic field covered the planet since a year ago, but a few weeks ago it increased in density and a kinematic component. Nothing can pass through it. Blah 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 blah. So basically you can't get in. Okay, so most of us know the basic story. I'm not going to get too caught up in the story because we've done it many times. Where we'll probably look more closely at the story will be when we get to hopefully the newer bits, because rumour has it they've completed it. So this is the teleporter. You can do a Halo style planetary jump. If you time it right with your jetpack, you can survive. In the meantime, let's go 8484 and let's head down. Kessel, when you arrive, look for Commander Huras at the station. Give him my best regards. He will be able to help me. Oh, I mean you, of course. Right. So is this our man? Yes, this is our man. Good day. Please be advised that leaving the station occurs at your own risk. Blah blah blah, so on. So do what you want. Greetings from Kessel. Oh, I thought that He wouldn't bother to get in touch again. Did he send you here to do his work, claiming that he cannot come down here? Typical. Well, I suppose you'll have to make do with it. So what's this about? Kessel and I share a mutual interest. I'm looking for a specific artifact he recently claimed to have found. Then this whole planet lockdown situation came up. Arrangements with the Talon not to enter the site. I'm stuck here anyway, and Kessel doesn't dare come down anymore, keeps babbling about monsters. In short, you get me the stuff from the crate in the excavation at the burial chamber, and I'll assist you with whatever you want. Sounds like a deal, my man. I have lived through a lot worse already. So, okay, there's a few traders down here by the looks of it. So I could have bought some basic stuff. I can buy, like, perhaps a cheeseburger or something to get going. I mean, for the good news is I have cash, so we're all good. And ultimately, I don't need very much. Oh, by the way, if you do suffer things like this, like the 25 light years away, the registry is where to go. So here, obviously, we'll have the stuff in this system. However, you can, I believe, go outside the system somewhere. Or you should be able to. And get rid of it, he says. Unless they've changed that. But the registry, you used to be able to go worldwide and have on there anything you've ever been to. Contact, there we go, here we go. These are the systems I've been to. Sorry, there it is, Sunrise. So here, I can go to the abandoned reactor and I can click that waypoint to turn it off. And there, it's gone. Just like that, we're sorted. So I'm not going to mosey around here too much. I'm going to remember to turn my jetpack on again. And here we are, on Omicron. Such a pretty planet. It's not a very big planet. I didn't bring a detector, and the burial chamber is all the way over there. I also didn't bring a motorbike. So what I have is limited. Off into the unknown poster gained. So I'm guessing maybe this is here to get you started. I mean, this is transport. So this transport, nice. This is a transport you can just take. Sweet. Okay, it's got no fuel, but it looks like a small hover vehicle or a small SV. It looks like a small SV. So that's fine. Tell you what, we'll chuck in those 3, which is more than enough for now. In fact, it was probably too much because it was large fuel packs. Holy crap, that's twitchy. And we can use this while we get the short hop up and running. This up here, I believe, is that a Talon ship? I believe that's a Talon airship, isn't it? I don't think this will shoot at me. This is a Talon Air Guardian. It's kind of a cool looking ship, isn't it? That's a new one. I haven't seen that one driving around before. The burial chamber's over here, and I will mention to anyone who has this problem where it is a little twitchy. Ah, crap, that's the thing I meant to do on the station. I meant to repair me frickin' armor. Didn't think about that now, did I? I'm guessing they don't have one down at the base. We'll have a look in a second. If you have got a ship that's a bit twitchy like this, you can drop the roll and the yaw down a bit, and then you should be able to move around. Look, there's a few transports around here, so it looks like this wasn't the only one. Another transport of some description. Right here, it's a little hover vessel. Kinda should have took the hover vessel. I miss having a hover vessel. I barely ever use them these days. Now, yeah, my understanding is there is no way to get back up. I was just going to look to see if they... because I didn't see one on the base before, and if I had, I would have remembered to use it. But there doesn't appear to be one here. There's an armor repair locker. No, don't see one kicking around. Oh no, here, yes, free, there we go. So, oh, does it, this transport, does it have an armor locker? I believe it did. It had a fridge. I believe I saw on here though, an armor locker. Oh, blueprint successfully finished. Yeah, so that took less time than I expected. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. You're gonna plonk yourself down. Sit down, power off, and we'll take the fuel out of you. We'll leave someone with a little bit of fuel. Why didn't I get my fuel back? It doesn't feel to me like I got my fuel back there. I'm sure I had 53 before. And then I still had 53. Never mind. Hopefully it'll be fine. So, in which case, let's bring in the short hop again. Yoink. And this will obviously be a slightly downgraded short hop because it hasn't got things like the upgraded cockpit or upgraded thrusters, but still, what we do want is short hop controller. Let's link up to there. First thing we can do is grab that one, and we can put in our spare fuel tank. Yoink. And we can put in our spare generator. Yoink. And then we can put in our spare core bits. Let's go. Yoink and yoink. So now it's T3 already. And next thing we can do is chuck all that in there. Chuck that in the ammo controller, though I don't think we've got any guns on it at the moment. But we can chuck a bunch of this stuff in here. Sort of soften up our carry capacity. We can stick fuel in the fuel McGibble. There we go, we are 100% full. Nice. And the other thing we need to do is get this one in place. Come on, short hop. You're powered up, so you're stuck up there. Do you mind, because I haven't put your thing in, powering down a second so I can actually go and stick this in? Thank you. Right, there we go. Now we have a mobile constructor on board. And we can put the cockpit back in. There we go. And there we go, the proper looking cockpit, and job's a good one. We now have a short hop. Much better than that twitchy thing. Okay, so now I can put this in a repair station, hit repair, doesn't quite 100% repair it, and it does take off one of my repair uses, so I've got 6 repair uses left. Because when you first get it, I believe it comes with 1,000 of 1,000. And then after that, it's not quite capable of doing 1,000, so it's not like perfectly repaired. But nonetheless, you now have it. I don't believe I can put it on again. I believe I need an armor locker to put it back on. Because you can put on a light armor, but you can't put on a full armor. But we have the car controller, and hopefully this means that we're effectively super ready to go now. So let's turn the power back on, and we are able to fly in style we can pick up resources as we need. We can head over to this burial chamber and see if we can pick up the artifact thereafter, because that would be objective number 1. Let's make sure we've got the burial chamber and what we need from there in order to get back off this rock. So I think we can just fly out of the atmosphere if we needed to, but we can't fly back in. Okay, so it's a bit dark, but we are here at the burial chamber, and as IDA is saying, or I am saying, I'm not quite sure which, that Spidey senses are already tingling. Not shocking because this is Spider Central, but the first thing I'm going to do in this situation is, obviously I'm aware I have a shortage of food down here, so I will go round and grab literally all of these plants. Some of it's not going to be vastly useful, but if you grab all of these plants, it's a good starter. And as we have a fridge, and look, they gave you a transport with a fridge as well, so even if you hadn't prepared like I had, you were already sorted. Okay, so we've already got a good supply of food available to us, and I'll tell you what I've just realised, just to save on fuel for now, we should go into here and just go down to the constructor and turn it off, because in standby the constructor does use a bit more fuel, or at least it used to. So in the meantime, we'll set that up and we'll start grabbing whatever we can. There will be some bits like this which we'll want to fridge, but if I remember rightly, we did do one of these in the early days, but we should be pretty overpowered for this now. I mean, we are rocking epic guns and epic armor, which should be pretty overkill for this. So before, well, better if I actually turn my jetpack on, but you know, in the early days when we were doing this, it would have been slightly nerve-wracking with the spiders, but right now it should be a piece of cake. We should just be able to grab bits. You know, Mr. Spider, it's not even sending hard spiders. Last time it was giving us a lot harder spiders as well. And here we can just grab all the goodies. Oh, there's something around here still somewhere. Oh, it's one of the little ones. One of the little annoying ones. Right, give me your gibbles, you little one. Don't like the little spiders. It's the little ones I really hate. There you go. Because the little ones are like hard to hit. They've got such a small hitbox. Fortunately, this is going to mean burgers are back on the menu, which is going to be pretty decent. You are a bit more of a vicious jobby. But this is why we bought plenty of ammo. And, oh, hello, luxury goods, nice. Stuff to sell. Stuff to keep here. Right, now, just like we found on the original one, oh, a technical artifact. This is probably the bit they were after. We got some Zev fighting right there. Lovely. So here, where this spider is being annoying, if I remember rightly, if you get on top of here, you get up here, there's a loot chest right here. Don't forget this one. It's easy to forget it's there, but it is there. So we'll go in, we'll get rid of these guys. You too. Die, please. Thank you. That'll be those up there. They won't come down though. We can grab these bits as well. I mean, this base generally has some basic resources in it, which can be helpful to get you started. I mean, as we did in the early days of this playthrough, when we found one of these. But, you know, at this sort of time, the materials will be useful, because obviously we have limited supplies down here. But, you know, it's nowhere near as desperate as it was. Now, up here in this corner, you can head down through, and there's a whole other sort of section to this base, where there's a bunch more spiders and general McGibbles, which I think I showed you before anyway. Alright, let's get rid of those and die. So actually, one of the most helpful things this base is going to provide us with is a bunch of meat. I can't remember. You can go both ways here. So this way, not sure which way this goes. This is back the way we came. Right, last one. Come on, come over. There we go, thank you. And there we go. Yoink. There's a bed here. And don't remember where this goes. This goes back to like the main entrance chamber. But we won't go back this way for now. Oh, this is a cauldron. Nice, it's got a Dino Royale in it. Nice. Okay, it's not bad. What we will do is we'll take these perishable items for the minute. Any of these, and we'll chuck them in the fridge for safety, because we're going to want this food down the road. It's especially nice to have a Dino Royale on hand when we need it. So that's one area. The other is this one, but I've just decided to reload, so just hold fire a second. Hello. Hello. You spiders are a lot less worrying when I'm rocking decent weapons, you know. Because there you go, and come on. I mean, there is a certain satisfaction level I do get out of shooting spiders with a shotgun. It does have to be said. There's definitely a part of me that feels justified, so to speak. Justified is probably the wrong term, but I don't know. Feels kind of justified. Most of this will be food, vegetable stuff from these. So we'll grab these. Yeah, I want to come this way. Because here, hello, you are definitely a lucha. Sorry, I thought I saw another spider around the corner, so I just didn't want to get jumped there. So that is some extra items, another T2 multi-tool, and if we really wanted, we do have a flamethrower, which is very good for spiders. I don't particularly love the flamethrowers, but they are good for spiders. Okay. And an egg. Let's hope that's not a spider egg, because I can't imagine like spider egg stew being particularly delicious. So if we jump over here as well, there's a bit more, which we can grab. I think there's another loot container right here, which has been kind enough to give us a railgun and a bunch of handy meds. So I think that's pretty much it. I sometimes do forget one, so I'll just walk around this way, just make sure. But I think that's all of them. What I will do is I'll go back to the initial start area, which if we go this way, we can go all the way back to it by going this way. Yoink, yoink, yoink. There we go. So if you go here, this is back where we came in. But if you go down here, so that one, I don't think we looted all these bits, some of which are going to come in handy. Because pre-made plants for our own ship when we get there. Now, there is an entranceway just here. Now, I did think in the past that there used to be a hidden chamber here. Look, there's a hidden spider right there. He actually bit me. What a bastard. There's a few bits of veg and stuff like that, which are always good. Oh, hi. But yeah, I always thought there was another hidden loot chest somewhere in here in one of these or up at the top there, because they are very good at hiding them in plain sight. I haven't found one because you can take the drone up, but unfortunately it's really freaking dark. So it makes it hard to see. But I don't think there is one there. But yeah, it's really bloody dark if you're doing it like that. The core is there should you want to destroy it. I'm not sure if you can these days or not. Oh, hello. Definitely haven't been that way then, have we? And this area, I think this just leads into one of the areas we were in. Oh no. Different area, different loot chest. So there is a loot chest here we haven't picked up yet. Oh, let's not shoot those barrels. I want what's in them. Hang on, let's just grab the stuff that's in the barrels a second. Oi! Leave off, you little shits. Because I will end up destroying these chests trying to kill these frickin' spiders. And he's literally pushing me along the floor. Come here, you little bastard. This is why the flamethrower is good. Because the flamethrower is more wide area. And these little spiders are such a pain in the ass to hit. I mean, you can see by how hard it is to get the crosshair on them just to loot them. There's one right here. If they stand still, they're easy. Right, let's just, again, do a quick empty of the perishable items, because we're going to want to keep as much of the perishable items as possible. Let's see, there's probably some heavy bits of perishables here we can... that won't break down. Got any of those like these? Yeah, those don't break down. And that's alright. And then we'll see what this one's got for us. This has got another heavy armor and some Zascosium and a restroom, which should be very handy. Oh, hello. Okay, we'll get rid of you as well. Oh, and there's another one stood right here. What a bunch of kids. Right, and I don't remember if there's any... I mean, assumably there is a way out here. Not sure where, mind. Because it seems like the only way out is the way we came. I mean, you can actually mine this out if you want to. So anyway, we'll go back this way. That seems to be the way out. But yes, that is, as far as I know, that is it for this base. That's everything yet we have in here. and it was a reasonable amount to get things going. And while this bit is a little bit potentially tricky, we can, as I say, if we want to get out back out this way, nice and easy, we should be able to do this. Where'd I put it? There we go, right here. Yoink! And that's how we're going to get out, nice and easy. So, it said retrieve the artifact. According to this, we haven't retrieved the artifact. The reason it says that, as a last note, is because that is not in our inventory. See, as soon as it's in our inventory, we have retrieved the artifact. So it's good to remember, if you're just chucking everything in your onboard inventory, then it won't always trigger the quest. You need to put it in your personal inventory. So with that, I'm going to head back across to Sanctuary, but I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, like and subscribe as always, and join us again next time when I guess we're going to be looking at what comes next in the quest. Thanks a lot.